Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I have Neuro Coffee in hand and it is perfect. All right. So today's Wednesday. That means tomorrow's Thursday. Therefore, 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, Coffee and Coaches conference call. As usual, if you have not made it to these calls, you're missing out. Great groups of people, great questions. Grab a cup of coffee. Please join us. Bring a question. Great fun for everyone. Okay, today's Q&A, a little different. Just a reminder to focus on the process. There's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unpredictability in situations and working with humans in these complex situations. And this is why people become over-reliant on averages and straight planes and such, when the reality is that all movement is idiosyncratic. Therefore, we're going to see things that show up that are unusual, that look kind of like that, or like that. And so then we have to go off the cookbook, if you will, and therefore everyone is going to behave idiosyncratically, and we have to get comfortable with that. And so the way we do that is we focus on process. So this is your assess, intervene, reassess process. And this is how you're going to get comfortable with that, as well as spending time gaining experience and being comfortable with being uncomfortable. If you would like to participate in a 15-minute consultation, please go to askbillhartman@gmail.com, askbillhartman@gmail.com. Put 15-minute consultation in the subject line so I don't delete it. We'll arrange that at our mutual convenience. Everyone have an outstanding Wednesday. I will see you tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., Coffee and Coaches conference call.
To that question would be, it depends, like it's just, you don't know until you do it, but how do you go about bringing someone back, like more slowly or not as far versus like bringing them back more quickly and further with a given exercise?
Okay. So this is all process. So all we're talking about here is process. You understand the mechanics of what you're going to create potentially. And then, so it's like, okay, how far do they move when you intervene? And that's the question that you're asking, right? So you don't know, you do something, and then you say, okay, that's in the favorable direction. I will do a little bit more of that, and then I will monitor that change and make sure it's still trending in the right direction, right? And then you're communicating with them. If we're talking about symptom relief and things like that, that's going to be something that you would monitor as well. And that might give you the answer that you're looking for as to like, how much do I need to bring you back? So, somebody reports a reduction of symptoms, but not resolution, then you probably did something that's favorable in regards to creating adaptability. Maybe you didn't create enough. Maybe you didn't create enough in the right direction. So, in those weird cases where you do something with an intention, like let's just say you were trying to create ER space, and maybe you moved them a little bit in that direction, but you picked up a ton of IR, and they go, oh, that feels better, but in your head you're going, okay, but that wasn't what I was really trying to do, right? So you created more adaptability. So you expanded the excursion that they can move through, but you didn't access the starting position into ER that you wanted.
Yep.
Right. So again, that's symptom relief versus the performance aspect of it that was your original intention. You still have to test, right? So it's always intervention, right? And then reassess, and then intervention and reassess, intervention, reassess. Because again, the questions that you're asking are great questions, but they are resolved in process.
Yeah.
Because your predictive capabilities are slim.
Yeah, and I guess I'm recognizing that, but it's also trying to figure out, like, from a conceptual standpoint, like trying to get to a point of where like my first decision is better. Like it's still like a test, retest, obviously, and even as
always. But see, so here, I understand I'm not picking on here, brother. Okay. The biggest challenge that you have is not wanting, I know you want to know the answer, but what it is, it's getting comfortable with the unpredictability and the uncertainty is where the issue lies. Because if you can do that and you just understand that this is process and always be forthcoming and honest with your patient or client, and just say that we're going to do this, and then we're going to test, and we're going to see what the answer is, because you're not like everybody else. We have to treat you like you, right? Even though they are human and they have certain constraints and such, we can't, like I say, we can't compare them to average, and we have to compare them to themselves.
Yeah.
And that's the really hard part, right? That's why everybody likes they like the numbers, and then they like straight planes, and then they like, average measures and things like that, because there's comfort in that, but it's also limiting in your outcomes.